These 4 black and white laser printouts are from a watercolor sketch Barry painted, which we then scanned into Photoshop and separated into CMYK. Note that each of the 4 printouts has different amounts of information. The next step was to trace the image onto a century plate. To register a key drawing onto the plate, we attached 2 strips of paper to one of the 4 printouts and punched holes in the strips with a register punch. Barry places a red Conte sheet on the plate and aligns his magenta printout over it using the register pins fitted into the holes of the plate. He then uses a ballpoint pen to trace his key drawing onto the plate. Barry begins by painting toner washes on the century plate. Notice that he refers to the magenta printout to know where he should be drawing on the plate. Now Barry adds some Sharpie marker to define the image. To bond the toner wash to the plate, Dwight sets it on a hot plate and covers it with a lid. The hot plate was set at 240 degrees and the plate was heated for 12 minutes. Barry finishes his drawing using more Sharpie marker and litho crayons. Dwight talcs the plate with baby powder, then etches it with tannic plate etch, which he then buffs tight with clean cheesecloth. Note that the drawn area to the right of the portrait are Barry's practice marks, which will be removed later by gum deletion. The plate is dried briefly with a hairdryer. In a vented hood or open room, the drawing materials are removed using cotton or soft paper towels along with the new biodegradable solvent named BioSolute. The plate is dried briefly with a hairdryer. Register pins are placed on the plate and a mat board mask is fitted to the image. This is a simple method of ensuring perfectly matched borders on each of the 4 CMYK images. Weights are placed on top of the mat board mask to make it tight against the plate. To strengthen the tannic plate etch, add 1 tablespoon of citric crystals to less than 1 ounce of water. Stir the mix of crystals and water. Add the tannic plate etch to the mixture. You may add food coloring to make it more visible. Use an airbrush or a paintbrush to apply the red tannic plate etch. We spray 2 or 3 light coats, drying with a hairdryer between each coat. This keeps the tannic from creeping under the mat board, resulting in a nice, straight edge. As an added precaution to ensure any fingerprints or smudges will not attract ink, We apply the red tannic to the rest of the plate using a sponge or a paintbrush. Make sure the tannic etch is dry before removing the matboard mask. Pour the new biodegradable biolac on the image and spread it with cotton or a paper towel. Immediately buff the image tight with cheesecloth. Dry the biolac for a full 5 minutes with a hairdryer. Wash out the plate with water and roll the first of the 4 images in either red or magenta ink. We chose to print on both Plike paper and Reeves BFK. We also elected to print one set of prints using process inks and another set of prints using regular inks. For our regular ink colors, we chose Hanko ink in Flag Red, Primrose Yellow with white, and Phthalo Blue with white. After the image is nearly fully inked, we apply a quick second etch. Keeping the plate damp with water, we clean the borders with foam rubber and then pour straight tannic plate etch on the plate and buff the image area lightly but quickly. The ink will smear somewhat, but the smears will not print. Allow the plate to dry for 5 minutes. We wash out with water, roll 1 pass of ink, and are ready to print. Before printing, we have calendared the paper. Now we begin printing the edition. Here Barry is drawing his yellow printing plate, which is processed exactly as the red printing plate was. We follow the same steps to make the blue and black plates. We ink and print the yellow plate. This is the yellow printed over the red. We roll the blue plate with ink. We print the blue plate over the red and yellow. We print the black plate to complete the edition. This is the black printed over the red, yellow, and blue. This is the finished print on Plike paper using process inks. This is the finished print on Reeves BFK paper using the process inks. Barry decides to create a larger image on a century plate.
And then we can also do a little of that. Get in there. Fix on